Oh, because pocket pussies are going to come up in this episode.
Pocket pussies are going to come up in this episode. Is this recording already?
Oh, it's totally recording. That's a great intro. So yeah, you can call me the Reverend, and you can call him the Cardinal.
I am the Cardinal. I speak for the birds.
And today, you don't know what time it is. I don't either.
This is so fucking awkward.
That clock doesn't work, I don't think.
That doesn't work, no. That clock's been broken for about 5 months now.
Okay.
We use our phones.
That really sets the time period that we're in.
Yeah.
Anyway, so today we're going to talk about your favorite D&D class.
It is indeed my favorite D&D class. And yet I know nothing about it, so you're going to do my best to explain.
Okay.
Or my best to explain. Fuck, your best to explain.
I'll do your best to explain, and you can do my best to explain.
I don't know if I can match your best.
Did you mute your phone? So that the police...
Look, my phone is always muted.
That's my secret, Captain.
I'm always muted.
Yeah.
Can we get in trouble for saying that?
For what, phones?
No, for saying a reference to a movie.
No! We can't get... Fun fact, I learned that there's a cool life hack with podcasts. If you mention another podcast, and that podcast publishes, it has to have your fucking name in it.
That's terrible!
Like, it's tagged with you in it. And it's a really shitty way to get people to be like, huh,
don't put that on the air!
Listen, we're not gonna do that.
I would hope not.
Because I can't name any podcasts off the top of my head besides one that we're not gonna mention.
The only one I know of is the one that I regularly watch, and those guys don't really have a name for theirs.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing ours is poorly named.
Yeah. You could say it's the Poorly Named Podcast! I hate that we just did that together. That soun't so cheesy.
We should do that as often as we can.
Why? Fine, fuck it, we're doing
it. Here's the best part. They can't see that our elbows touched, but they can know that our elbows touched.
We need to leave this specific part in for only the first episode. The fact that we totally do the elbows touching every single time, but never reference it again.
It always has to happen. Anyway, these nerd boys are pretty cool. I had a horrible idea for them at work today, which is why I was super juiced up about talking about them today, because I can go on for 20 minutes about this.
Okay. I'm ready.
First, we should go over what they are. How would you best describe your favorite class?
So, if we're going to go off what I understand my favorite class...
What's your class fantasy for them?
My class fantasy for an artificer, if we're going basic, an artificer, say, drop them in the middle of, like, Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Sort of setting.
Yeah. And not Manhattan.
No, not Manhattan. Though, admittedly, I'd find it interesting to see what they would do.
Probably cocaine.
Probably. No. If you were to drop an artificer, the way I understand it, you'd get the equivalent of, like, the Dwarven Centurion level of shit from Skyrim and Tamriel.
Yeah.
Where they're taking machinery and magic, combining it into a monstrous amalgamation, and then fucking themselves out of existence.
When we eventually do some episodes on them, I have to talk about how they use music and tonal magics.
I forgot. No, they did do that.
Tonal architecture is the reason why their shit lasts for so long. They sang them into longness.
Because it's the power of music.
It's the power
okay,
of
we can't get off. We can't talk about another portion. We will go off on a tangent.
Okay. So your class fantasy is a dude who accidentally tears his flesh apart and becomes a giant metal man.
Or there's various fantasies because there's a lot of interesting things.
Like one of the subclasses is basically Iron Man.
Yeah, that's awesome. Or just a fucking chaotic dude who's like experimenting with random bullshit. Yeah. That's fun. That's funny as shit.
Your Uncle Charles, who does heroin and then a speedball, he's an artificer.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna go back to the Willy Wonka thing again. Just say like Uncle.
Don't worry. He's not the idea I had for artificers.
Is Willy Wonka an artificer?
Yeah, he is. I was thinking about that. I was reading about him. He's unrelated to my horrible idea.
Well, Willy Wonka's an artificer.
And I was like, imagine going adventuring, you're like, this could go in chocolate.
He's a fucking candy artificer.
Yeah.
That's why you never saw Willy Wonka in Candyland. The motherfucker was making his own business in America.
Yeah.
Fucking bureaucratic bastard.
Listen, his army of orange slaves.
The
untouched.
Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, the Oompa Loompas. I like the fact that people might not know who his army of orange slaves are. If you describe an Oompa Loompa to somebody who's never seen them, it's like, yeah, try to picture the worst spray tan you've ever seen. And
Try to picture Donald Trump spray tan
Yes.
on a midget,
Yes.
and then give it brightly colored clothing and say it likes working there.
Green hair, too. Don't forget
Green
about
hair.
green hair.
And say it enjoys
It's like a
working
mermaid.
there. Yeah, why is that?
3-foot face-ass mermaids.
Okay, back to artificers, because you keep on going on tangents.
So anyway, these nerdy boys, they have some abilities.
They are nerdy boys.
Firstly, if guns exist in a setting, they get proficiency. And I like that for a nerd.
I like how you're implying that they won't just make guns exist in a setting.
Listen, if you give Willy Wonka enough time, he will invent a way to weaponize candy.
Yeah. All you need
Intentionally.
all you need to do is put razors.
Listen, this isn't the 80s. This isn't
Excuse
Halloween.
you.
You hear about how, like 7 years ago, some guy answered kids knocking on his door with an AK-47?
No.
The kids didn't make it. He answered through the door. Yeah.
No!
Yeah. Only in America.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
Alright. Yeah, I love that you just put down like, oh yeah, the artificer won't go out of his way.
Well, no, the moment is Willy Wonka unintentionally murders people all the time.
Yeah.
Because he just loves candy so much. Imagine if he took that candy and was like,
They
don't deserve
fucking monstrous.
Yeah.
He fucking intentionally pushed kids into the chocolate lake to get suctioned up.
Listen, they add a little bit of pizzazz to your chocolate. A little bit of salt.
A little bit of Germanic spice.
Oh, fuck. They also specified that he's the champion of, like, Western Europe, because this is during the Cold War.
Oh, no. I like how the quest for the chocolate bar overrules Cold War military tactics.
Fuck. Okay, remember the one guy in Willy Wonka who was in, like, South America and was making fake golden tickets?
Yeah.
His name was a Nazi from World War II.
No!
Yeah, it was a joke about
Fucking
Nazis who went down to South America.
Fucking Nazis.
Yeah.
Alright, back to artificers.
What if that's how we run this entire podcast?
Just randomly
we
try to get to it and we go on tangents of fucking random bullshittery. That would fit our fucking shit, though.
It would. Or like imagine a podcast where they take in
the poorly named podcast.
Imagine a podcast, kind of like how Kevin Smith does his Q&As, where one time he eventually got to the point where he did one Q1A. It took 2 hours. Imagine a podcast. Yeah, he did one of his specials is like 2 hours long. You answered the one question. He Clerks, Mallrats, Jane Silent Bob Strike Back.
I know the name. I just don't know. I'm not.
He directed all those.
I'm getting a face to any of that.
I'll show you.
At first, I thought you were talking about Kevin Hart, and I was very confused.
No. He kind of looks like David Grohl, but fat. He's skinnier now. But yeah, he used to do a thing called Fat Man on Bat. I think he still does Fat Man on Batman, but he's no longer as fat.
That sounds like a very dirty porn character.
Ooh. Oh, yes. So, Artificers. Their first big ability is called magical tinkering. They can invest a bit of their magic into random bullshit. Like, let's say you had a yo-yo you really like. Do you want to shout obscenities at people when they touch it? You can. And it lasts until, I believe, you die.
I just imagine, like, I find it more... You went funny, I went sadistic in my head when you said that. Yeah. I was like, wouldn't it be interesting if every time he fucking, like, swung the yo-yo around, suddenly saw blades started coming out the sides of it?
Not quite.
not that level of tinkering.
No. It's limited to, you can do some light, you can do a recording of a message 6 seconds long. It can emit your choice of odor or nonverbal sound.
I would intentionally fuck with the Rogue's yo-yo by making it, every time he swung it, it screamed, it squealed in his most hated enemy's highest pitched voice.
Rogues would use yo-yos.
They would, absolutely.
Do you think they're proficient in yo-yos?
I think
it feels like a dex check.
I feel like because if you use the yo-yo correct, suddenly it turns into a Garrett.
Yeah.
Very deadly yo-yo.
So,
better yet, I'd have the yo-yo question the Rogue on everything he does.
Well, it only has one message.
They does. Sorry, we have to be politically correct.
Well, it can only have one message at a time.
Scream fuck. Every single time it gets to the top of its fucking arc, it screams fuck as loud as possible. And I really hope that Rogue has a habit of just loudly twirling it. So every time,
absent-mindedly,
yeah,
that's when you do it. You do it,
yes.
And then he does that, and it's like, oh man.
And then he switches to his other yo-yo that he doesn't know.
And it says you.
I was gonna say bitch.
Oh, I would have had them say fuck you.
That's fair, but what if he grabs the you first? You fuck.
Well, you know which one is his favorite one, and which one his backup one is. That's why you're an intelligence caster.
I'm intelligent with machines, not social graces.
You also get spellcasting, but that can be ignored.
I guess fuck you and gun.
We'll talk. Listen. I don't want to go over their entire spell list. It's a mix of wizards and cleric. You get all kinds of neat bullshit. You can do skyrights.
Cleric? Really?
They get some healing shit. They're kind of like bards, but smart. They went to community college.
That just makes me feel like it brings it like a very Warhammer 40k-esque artificer. Like, I've been blessed with the Omnissiah, and you shall die. I'm going to spread holy oil on this wooden engine to make it run, and it will.
In connection with their spellcasting, they do need to have tools in order to do it. They have proficiency with thieves' tools and a bunch of other shit.
Okay. Yes. But I just thought of something really funny.
Yeah.
You think orc engineers from Warhammer 40k are just artificers who put all of their points into strength?
Like they got the bare minimum of intelligence.
Bare minimum
13,
intelligence.
Which is a +1.
And then they just like have they have it all into fucking strength and just intimidation, and then they just tell, you're gonna work! And then it works.
Wait until we get into some of the infusions.
Oh god, here we go.
Which I think will be soon. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. They're a prepared caster, so basically they have access to the entire spell list. They just need to prepare daily, like clerics and druids.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah. They're intelligent. They use intelligence. They can ritual cast. Infusions are kind of like how, like warlocks have their invocations? Like they can speak to animals, or they can have Eldritch Blast use their charisma.
Please tell me an artificer can talk to his wrench.
I don't think that's one of the invocations.
Unfortunate.
There's a bunch of them.
I bet GURPS would let me talk to my wrench.
Listen, that's GURPS is later.
GURPS will let me talk to anything. GURPS lets me be anything.
Let's see. I'll click one at random. Let's see. Helm of Awareness. While wearing this helmet, a creature has advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, the wearer can't be surprised, provided it isn't incapacitated. And then let's see another random ass one. Let's see. Armor up. Well, that's a UA one. Boots of Winding Path. While wearing these boots, a creature can teleport up to 15 feet as a bonus action to an unoccupied space the creature can see. The creature must have occupied that space at some point during the current turn.
What are these?
Okay, so like Warlock invocations, you get a couple of them every few levels or so.
Yeah.
These are the same in that you can temporarily enchant an item with this effect, and you can only have so many of them active. And then I believe they also stay after you die. I think they stay up to intelligence modifier days. So like you can intelligence modifier 3, it stays 3 days after you die. Mm-hmm. And you can give them out to people as well. So like, let's say you want to give somebody, I think one of the invocations is infinite ammo. so they never have to buy ammo for, like, basic ammo, so they could just save up their money for cool arrows.
I was just thinking guns. Sorry.
Also that. Because, yeah, repeating shot. Oh, it also grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. Yeah. So that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. And ignores the loading property. It just stays loaded always.
Replicate magic item? That just seems unfortunately overpowered.
It is pretty cool.
You get a really powerful magic item and you cast that fucking thing on it and suddenly
Well,
the barbarian
each item is a different thing, so you'd have to choose which one. So that's why it's not too overpowered. Though you could get a lot of alchemy jugs and eat a lot of mayonnaise every day.
I love mayonnaise.
Okay, well you could have, I think it's like 2 gallons a day. That is a considerable amount of mayonnaise.
That's a lot of mayonnaise.
That's a lot of fucking mayonnaise!
Why is there so much mayonnaise?
Why
is mayonnaise a key point of this?
Because they were allowed like 2 spots for goofy aspects of the alchemy jug. Because most of it's like water, brine water, wine, and...
Brine water?
Yeah, like salty water.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I've never heard it called brine water before.
Let's see. I guess they label it as water, comma-space salt. Anyway, 2 gallons a day of mayonnaise. You can also have acid, basic poison, beer, honey, oil, vinegar, fresh water, salt water, and wine. They wanted to put
4 fucking gallons of beer? Picture force-feeding someone 4 gallons of beer!
That's a considerable amount of beer.
That's a considerable amount of alcohol poisoning.
Oh, shit. Fucking, how big are the pitchers normally when they bring out beer? Like, how much is in one? Well, like, do you know what the liquid content is? I don't think it's a gallon.
I'd say it's about it depends. Most of them are like more like this size and maybe a little bit wider.
Yeah.
So maybe a quarter gallon?
But yeah, you could totally waterboard somebody with a beer. Or mayonnaise.
Or vinegar.
2 gallons of vinegar?
Oh!
That's a lot of vinegar.
That's a lot of vinegar.
Yeah. 12 gallons of salt water.
Oh, just dump a quart of oil into their fucking stomach. Ugh.
Yeah. Now, from memory, they wanted to put in a fluid that comes from humans. They didn't specify which one, but I think you and I both know which fluid it was. And that's optimism.
That's a very interesting keyword you said there. I'm pretty sure that word means something else in this context.
I like shooting
I'm
a nice
optimistic
hot
about
load of optimism on a regular basis. Don't you just hate when you get optimism in your hair?
I'm optimistic about it.
When your girlfriend says not to get any more optimism in her hair because she has to go to work in 10 minutes.
You make sure she gets optimism everywhere else. She's got to be optimistic for her shift.
Optimized
for her shit. Oh, we're getting way out of hand here.
Now that we've talked about infusions, and the listeners obviously know what the fuck they are, because we've explained them in detail.
Oh yeah, at this point.
I
like how we said we weren't going to talk about them very much, and then we went and do a deep dive on stupid shit.
Subclasses are called specialists.
Why?
Kind of like when you're a doc. I guess it's kind of like you're a doctor.
I wouldn't trust the fucking artificer.
Don't worry.
I'm going to prescribe you good. I'm going to prescribe you a nice face full of lead, sonny.
So, in alphabetical order,
it's terrible.
There's alchemists, armorers, artillerists, and battlesmiths. I kind of hate the fact that they aren't all A.
I've only really heard of basic alchemist.
Yeah.
And artillerist. I don't hear about the other ones very much.
Armorer is basically Iron Man. It even says that it will replace like a missing limb. The suit will just do it. So that's pretty cool. You can totally play a wheelchair-bound dude who's like, I want to
like Professor X got thrown into an Iron Man suit.
Or that you played Fallout 4. Remember?
Yeah.
Did you go through the Brother of Steel?
Yes.
That one lady.
I killed the main character
for his
coat. Yeah.
Listen, that 19-year-old cunt.
He should look. He is a cunt. He's
cunt. At most. I think he's at most 24 because he was like 10 or so in the last game. It's been 10 years since.
He was a. Yeah. He's a dick.
He looks like...
He completely ruined the other dude's fucking whole plan.
He looks like he plays Neo bluegrass music. Neo as in new.
He looks like he's a bottom. That's what I think he looks
like. He looks like he...
The first time you find him, he's with a bunch of skinny young men.
Oh no! His twink army!
Yeah. That's what you think about that. And the next question you get talked to is the doctor asking you if you slept with mutants. They're very anti-sex positive there.
Fuck, man. I just want that sloppy toppy from a glue.
All I wanted was the fucking coat, and I got the fucking coat.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that did come with a shit ton of bad karma from the Brotherhood of Steel. But you know what? I take that.
Now, you just made me remember something.
Oh, no.
So, super mutants are sterile.
Unfortunately.
They still have working assholes.
Unfortunately. Wait, they do?
They didn't lose their asshole in the process.
Did they not? I thought they did.
I believe they should.
I know they got sterile because their dicks fell off, but...
I think they still excrete. So I vaguely remember one of the super mutants at some point mentioning shit.
Yeah, but they're also fucking nuts and could be literally just saying,
okay,
I shit it, and being like a full-on fucking Borderlands jackass.
What I'm saying is that super mutants could they're thick.
Don't
Listen.
Don't go there.
To dummy levels.
I really don't want to go here.
Oh, no. There's other ones, too.
The first thing I read on that screen after we talk about is the right tool for the job. Like, no!
Yeah. Each ass cheek in my face. Anyway.
I'm a big fat man for that.
Oh,
hi-ho. It's off to work we go.
So the right tool for the job lets you sit in an empty room and stare at something for an hour straight, and you generate the right tool for the job. I like to think of things in like the worst ways possible. You just like your buddy's like, hey, I need to go do a thing, and you just find him meditating in like a scrap yard, and he generates. Oh, I don't know.
You just see a fucking full drill come out of his nostril.
Yeah.
You just see a fucking sledgehammer like you regurgitate like a snake.
Yes.
Fucking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go give birth.
I need to go defecate like an owl.
Yes.
Here, good old Bessie.
Now, at level 6, you get 2 expertise, which doubles your tool bonus for things that you're proficient with. Which technically means you can be just as good at lockpicking as a rogue. Like, the reason why you two are like assholes to each other is because you both have these tools. You're like fighting over each other to get to the lock.
Maybe he was born with it. Maybe I made it. Maybe I made a lead.
Yes. Let's see.
I just feel like if that's the case, then the fucking Artificer eventually just surpasses the Rogue. Because he can build shit that's better than the Rogue's ability.
Well, the Rogue can eventually take... I forgot what the fuck
I don't think it's just spooky shit that we'll probably touch on in a later episode.
The Rogue eventually can roll to the point... Like, they have an ability where they can't roll lower than a 10.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Yeah. So, like, the lowest they can roll... Like, I saw some bullshit where it was like, oh, the lowest I can roll is a 23 on stealth.
Actually, bards can...
Bards get that, too.
They get some bullshit.
Yeah, they get that, too. Later on, when the Bard episode happens...
Oh, God.
I have
That's
to bring...
going to be a dirty episode.
Oh, I have to bring up the fact that Jack of all trades adds to initiative rolls, counterspell, and a bunch of other shit you don't think about. Because counterspell is technically an ability score check thing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And so...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
And so is initiative, because initiative is basically just dex plus the roll. So rogues and bards get to add their shit. Their cool shit.
No one ever thinks about that, because bards only want to be horny bards.
Bards do in fact want to be horny, but
I mean, I am not any better. The first character I ever made was a horny bard. Because I am the meme.
I was a horny sorcerer. Anyway. Level 7, you get Flash of Genius.
I thought you were going to say Flash of Genie, and I was going to be very confused.
That's for the Warlocks.
Will Smith, why are you here?
Will Smith quit breaking into my house and regurgitating power tools into my wife.
That's implying that he's a genie artificer.
That implies that Will Smith breaks into my house and fucks my wife with power tools.
Keep his wife's name out your goddamn mouth.
Oh, fuck. So, Flash of Genius.
Yes.
You're the hype man. You're kind of like a bard thing. This steals a lot from other classes. Like, do you want to read that fucking ability?
Okay, Flash of Genius, right?
Yeah.
At 7th level, you gain the ability to come up with solutions under pressure. You or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or a saving throw. You can use your reaction to add your intelligence modifier to the roll. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like an anime protag moment, like, oh, I've discovered your weakness.
Where you see, like, the heartbeat
Yeah.
goes by.
Like, I know how to beat him.
I know his weakness. His father fucked his dog. And because of that, he fears galoshes, because the dog had to wear galoshes.
Not the galoshes.
Do you know what galoshes are?
Yeah, they're stupid wooden shoes.
I think you think... Oh, fuck. I think that... No, I think those are those Dutch shoes you're thinking... Those are...
The really hard wooden shoes.
Yeah.
Galoshes.
Galoshes are like rain boots, I think.
Oh, are they?
Those long ones
They're still stupid.
Yeah. I think... Are clogs? Is that what you're thinking
I'm
of?
thinking of clogs.
Yeah.
They're all sound. They all have stupid names.
Yeah, anyway.
I want to clog you.
Every class can become an anime protagonist if they try hard enough.
I know his weakness. Shh. Power of friendship.
He
Every
never...
anime ever.
He never had friends growing up, so just give him a fucking hug.
I know his weakness. Bard, hit it. He just started, the boss starts dancing like, oh yes, I love jazz.
There's a spell for that.
Yeah, but
I believe the strongest the spell gets is 1 year and 1 day.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God. I think it would work on Smaragd, that one really fat dragon.
Oh fuck!
I'm just picturing the dragon hopping on one foot back and forth.
They might have to make it.
Bastard.
I think they might have to make a check every once in a while, but as long as they keep failing it,
he doesn't look like he'd be able to pass an acrobatics check.
I meant like will check or whatever.
Look how fat that fucker is. He can't pass a will check. He's been.
Man, you really can.
Or else he would have willed to not be fat and stop eating.
Alright, at level 10, you can attune up to 4 magic items at once. And so I think that in the base game, you can only attune to 3.
I mean, to be fair, about the furthest I'd gotten to attuning was the fact that you could attune 1 item. I didn't realize there was even a limit.
I think you can attune to 3, because this says you can attune to 4, which seems like it's increasing the limit.
There's a bit of a jump. You go from 1 to 4.
Oh, don't worry. You can go pretty high with this. Anyway, the second part of it's pretty cool.
Higher and higher.
You can now make magic items of common or uncommon quality in a quarter of the time and half the regular gold. So, Willy Wonka Artificer
God damn it.
can make chocolate convections and just generally fuck around and find out at half the cost in a quarter of the time. Oh, you guys have a week of downtime? I've made a war crime. And this one can talk.
Yeah.
Last week's didn't.
That one couldn't talk, but I've upgraded since then.
Yeah.
Now he's become a full-on fucking toaster with aspirations of world domination.
I hope you don't miss Orphan Jimmy. I sent him on vacation with all the help he gave me.
Thought you were talking about Johnny from the game session.
Oh no,
For a second.
We'll talk about. We could do entire episodes on GURP sessions.
Oh, we could.
We could do after reports.
Oh, we could.
She took notes.
She did.
They are detailed.
We can talk about the Cracker Barrel.
We can talk about Cracker Barrel.
And Johnny.
Johnny is fun. Anyway, at 11th level, stores spells and objects. So, let's say, I'm not going to read the rest of that. I don't want to know how it works. Because I want to make a joke.
Okay,
let's say you are going on your first date with somebody.
Alright.
And you say something you really wish you hadn't.
Okay.
You offer her a fucking Tic Tac. It's got modified memory on it. She forgets the fuck up you did.
Seems like a very convenient date rape drug, dog.
Listen, they...
This is a bad drug.
I didn't consider that aspect.
I bet you didn't. I'm thinking the worst aspect.
I was thinking about not...
Think how bad that would be, though.
Social faux pas.
That'd be so bad. You will... Don't worry, darling. You won't remember a thing. Oh, God! No!
Oh, fuck. You can gaslight your... Just wait.
It shifted a bit. Why did it shift?
What does it say on the left?
7 hours, 23 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of fucking time.
It looks like it's almost dead, though.
That's on the right.
Oh, why is there a battery symbol on the left?
I don't know. Maybe that's... I don't fucking know.
Why is everything you get complicated?
I don't know, man.
Why is this more complicated than my fucking phone?
Where is the timer on this? How long have we been talking? Is there a timer?
Yes. We've been talking for just over a half an hour.
Okay, good.
We got plenty of time.
We've got plenty of time. Anyway, now we can actually read how the fuck this works.
Okay.
Whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch one simple or martial weapon or one item that you can use as a spell. Oh, fuck, you gotta use your weapons or your tools. Anyway, you can choose
Bold of you to assume you can't use a pill as a tool. It's a tool for putting someone to sleep.
I'm proficient in Rohypnol.
I'm proficient in date rape. Oh, that's a bad joke.
That's what I just said, Rohypnol.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Anyway, choose a first...
I'm proficient in prescription medication I shouldn't have.
And proficient in crank.
I'm proficient in the modulus.
We cannot bring up the Bondulin.
Why not?
Because James Bond...
I didn't say a damn thing about James Bond. I said the Bondulins. I'm Bond. Bond's germs is having a strong get the Bondulins.
Anyway, you choose a first or a second level spell from the Artificer's spell list that requires one action to cast. Which, you can't, I guess you can't use bonus action ones to do it. I don't fucking know why that would be.
Why are there specific things like, oh, you can't use a bonus action on this, it's not allowed. But you can use this other type of action on it. That is allowed.
Because the thing is, right,
it seems arbitrary.
It kind of is, though it's... Fuck, Pathfinder does it slightly different, but that would involve...
Let's not talk about Pathfinder right now. That's a far too in-depth system.
Anyway,
of checks and balances that I don't think I can mentally calculate right now.
When somebody's holding the object, they can, like, scream fuck at it, and it'll do the thing.
I love it when I scream fuck at it.
And it uses your spellcasting ability modifier, which is intelligence, so the barbarian can cast a spell with a fuck sword.
That would be something a barbarian would do.
If I remember right,
fuck you!
Because the way it's worded, they're not casting the spell, so the barbarian can still be raging. Also, apparently, the spell stays in the object until it's been used a number of times equal to twice your intelligence modifier. So
That's
by...
not very far for the barbarian.
Listen, at 11th level, you've probably got your intelligence up to 18, so you've got +4 to your modifier, so they can do that 8 times before it runs out of juice.
For a barbarian, that's a lot of dead enemies.
It is.
Especially if you can hit multiple at once.
Let's look at some...
Because that's just for one swing, right? That's not per enemy it hits.
Yeah, you take the action and it does the spell.
Okay, so yeah, that's just for the action itself. So that they managed to hit multiple enemies in one swing. That's a lot of dead enemies.
Let's see, they could... I'm looking at some of the fucking things. Well... I guess the best use for it might be something like Lesser Restoration, because, like, you can... If I remember right, people do use this to just... Oh, yeah. First level, they get Cure Wounds, so you could just use this as a heal rock. You get 8 uses of Cure Wounds for free, basically. Yeah, pretty good. So I don't think they don't get the far away healing. They don't get fucking Healing Word. Yeah, they don't get Healing Word. It is the main one, doesn't. So one of the subclasses might. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Level 14, your magic item usage goes up. You can have 5 of them, and now you get to ignore all class, race, spell, and level requirements for using a cool-ass item. Because, you know the Paladin sword made of platinum?
Yeah.
You can use it now. Fuck the Paladin.
Fuck the Paladin.
Yeah. Fuck him.
Fuck him. Fuck the Paladin. He's a slut anyway.
The next thing, more of the same. You get to have 6 items. Cool. 20th level. Yeah, there's kind of just they're just basic shit for a lot
artifice.
of them. Yeah. You get to have +1 bonus to all your saving throws per magic item you have currently attuned. So you get a maximum of +5. I mean +6. +6 on top of whatever your saving throw thing is already. And if a paladin's next to you, I believe you add...
never die.
I believe you either add their charisma or half their charisma to your saving throws when you're within 10 feet of them. And look at that last one. Look at that last one. You basically... I want you to read it first, and then I want it to settle in before I read it out loud.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, if you're reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright, you can use your reaction to end one of your Artificer infusions. So basically, you can re-slurp up your magic and just not die.
I shall kill you! Uno reverse, bitch!
Not the wrongest. So at that point, I believe you get 12 infusions by that level. You get 12 infusions by that level. So you can always have a couple of spare infusions there just to fucking exist for the sake of slurping back into you.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, knowing all that you know, and for me to check the bullshit. Okay, I've checked the bullshit. It is time for you to tell me about your Artificer. You will now make an Artificer. It doesn't have to be stat appropriate. Just tell me... Give me an Artificer. Shit one out for me.
Alright, I don't want to go generic. Generic's kind of boring. Generic's always like a halfling or a gnome or a fucking dwarf.
Yeah.
Because dwarves are good with metal, so they
Yeah.
obviously are good artificers. And gnomes are fucking evil.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, actually, tiefling
Yes.
with artillerist,
Okay.
and their whole aspect is to amplify the amount of fire they can absolutely put down range
Okay.
as much as possible.
Okay.
Because
Are they a burn victim? Now, to be a burn victim and to be a tiefling is a lot of fire.
yeah, they're chaotic, unknown.
Okay.
I'm not really sure if they'd be chaotic evil or chaotic good. Regardless, they're just so fucking tired of people burning them, or at least trying to. Picture sad backstory.
Fuck yeah. Like, people were like, oh, you're obviously a demon. I gotta light you on fire.
Yeah.
They've been doing this since they've been, 2.
They're fucking tired of it.
Yeah.
So now they're gonna treat the world like how the world treated them.
Yeah.
You want to light me on fire? Fine. I'll find the several different ways to light them on fire. And their big personal quest to figure out of the variation of Greek fire in that setting, and then do as much physical damage to whatever opposes them with that fire.
I thought you were going to say how to light fire on fire.
It's essentially Greek fire. Wasn't Greek fire like the whole thing, like it would transfer other fire to make it stronger?
I can't remember.
It was fucking fucky-wucky. It was bullshit.
It was big and bullshitty.
And, now we've lost the fucking recipe for it, but we're probably going to find that out soon again.
Yeah, it's probably in somebody's cookbook.
Oh, man, they just figured out how the fucking Romans built their cement, why it's so fucking strong. They've actually figured out that fucking recipe again.
Wasn't it salt water or some shit?
It was some weird-ass mineral that no one would have thought to put together. But it, cements it together even way stronger than, steel.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
But soon, we're already figuring that out. We're going to figure out Greek shit soon.
Yeah.
Fucking Greeks.
What are Romans if not just Greek posers?
They were kind of Greek posers.
Yeah. They brought philosophers over.
They stole their religion and
did.
I'm gonna reformat it so the women are less affected.
Let me copy your homework. I'll make sure.
It's like the sexist fucking coker takes. Well, they ruined all their female goddesses. Like fucking Athena got shafted. She got shafted hard. But they didn't like Poseidon, so he got shafted. Fucking, and the only one they liked was Aphrodite. And there's a reason for that.
Everybody's horny.
Yes. Ugh. Fucking Romans. They're fucking goofy bastards.
Anything else about your artificer you want to talk about before I start my bullshit?
One of their arms is metal.
Okay.
But it's not a hand.
Okay.
She could because tieflings have a weird ass fucking thing with fire, don't they? Because obviously they're slightly immune to it. But can't
they have resistance.
Don't they have a special fire?
They have Hellish Rebuke, which lets them, I think, once a day. Says when people fuck themselves if they get hit.
Fucking. They spit into their fucking cannon arm and it fires stronger once a day. I don't fucking know. I wasn't expecting to be put on the spot.
Okay. So, do you want me to start?
You make one now.
Bullshit. Oh, of course. You played Bioshock.
Oh, God, here we go.
You're interested in that Scorn game, right?
Scorn? Oh. Yeah. I'm not interested. I find it fascinating, but I don't think I ever want to play it.
I would. I would just watch a thing on it, because the ending isn't very... It's... The genre tells you what kind of ending it's going to have.
Yeah. It's a very fucked up world.
You hit the fucking iceberg. Like Jesus did.
Wait, what?
Jesus hit the iceberg the same way that the Titanic
hit the cross. Jesus hit an ice... What?
Yeah. Tell me a human being that can speak English that doesn't know about Jesus T-posing. No, name me a human being that speaks English doesn't know what happened with the boat full of people. And a lot of hard water.
A lot of... Okay, continue.
Oh, anyway. Imagine you're a rich boy. You're not like your parents or the rest of your family. You're a fucking nerd.
I knew you were going to say that.
So you read books. But the thing is, you don't understand magic. You don't understand this bullshit. Your wizard cousin went to his wizarding school. He put the hat on. He calls you a fucking nerd. Tells you go fuck yourself.
He's the one who reads books.
He's got student loans. So you think, you know what? I like animals. I like how birds can fly. I like how fish can swim. I hate how I can't do those things. What if I start putting animal bits inside of me? So you, in your infinite wisdom, as this nerdy little bitch, starts taking...
This sounds more like a necromancer right now.
You start genetically altering yourself at the basic level by taking the meat and other bits of creatures around you, start jamming them into your body.
Sounds vaguely like the story idea I gave you a couple of days ago.
Not quite that. What it is, because, like, think about it. Casting a spell, using a plasmid from Bioshock, not very dissimilar. So, you are...
Oh, I see where you're going with this now.
So, every day you prepare your fucking spells, you're just preparing your body with different parts.
Sounds dirty.
There are some parts that are, like, beyond just, like, like levitation's just you blow it, like, you just inflate for a bit and you go, ooh, like a goofy bitch. There are some spells, though.
Like a fucking pufferfish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I assume your bones are hollow.
Well, in that instant, yeah. Once you activate it's the flavor. The flavor of it is you cast the spell, your body triggers the effect you've made for it, so you can levitate because of that bullshit. While I'm looking at the spell list, any questions so far?
Nope.
Okay.
I want to hear the in-depth version of this.
Because there's one spell I know of that they have that I'm like, animals can't really do that. So, the effect... So, create food and water allows you to make 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water. People typically imagine that you spell casting, it comes in a big-ass box, or in jars or something. How would somebody who's producing this from their body look like? They are just jutting out, like... I know you...
I was just expecting...
I'm gonna say a word you hate. They're just producing spam from their chest. They're just oozing 45 pounds of spam. Or tofu. Some people, like, use it as, like, tofu, because, like, it does say it's bland and not very good. So I picture you're just shitting out 45 pounds of tofu out of your tits. And also...
I'm sorry, all I'm picturing is them coming out of the nipples, which is really... It's just even worse.
So...
Like a noodle.
Yeah. 45 pounds is a lot to shit out of your tits.
That feeling would be terrible.
Oh, it would. So you should obviously prepare this every day.
Absolutely.
45 pounds and 30 gallons is enough to keep 15 humanoids alive.
Especially, you better not tell your party members how you got this shit.
Yeah, just tell them, hey, I need to go
make the food for
I'm sorry. This is instantaneous.
What?
You produce 45 pounds and 30 gallons of the shit you need to live for 15 people instantaneously. So it's within 6 seconds you produce all this.
It'd be like a cannon.
It would be.
Just like, aim, fire.
Yeah. So that's one of the spells I knew. I was like...
Either that or your fucking chest would rupture violently.
What if even... better idea. You open your chest cavity and it's like a fridge.
What?
Full of tofu.
Would there be like a handle at least?
Mayhaps.
Would you be like the Iron Man, but it's instead of a core, there's a tofu there?
Yeah. You're powered by tofu.
Well, your character's more in-depth than mine. I think mine's more legitimate than yours.
Listen, mine's horrific.
Yeah, it is horrific.
By the time... Yes. No, because think about it. It gets worse.
It gets worse?
It gets worse.
How does it get worse?
Infusions. Because you can give them to people. Think about it. You give your friend a +1 sword. Why is it +1? You rubbed your blood on it, and your blood soaked into the blade and started...
Actually, that just sounds metal.
Gestating inside of it.
That sounds metal as
They
fuck.
can hear it crying to them.
Yes.
So, infusions work that way. Because one of the infusions is you basically make an entire suit of armor work better. So imagine that. Your fighter's like, dude, I wish I could run 5 more feet for some fucking reason, and 2 other effects I can't remember. But the 5-foot thing's really cool. So you're like, I got you, bro. Where's your armor? I'm gonna...
Amplify.
Yeah, I'm gonna infuse it with something. A little something. So you take it back,
I'm gonna pepper
I can't remember if it takes an hour to infuse things, but I'm gonna say it does, because that's fucking funny. You go into a room, and you just start infusing upon this. You just start oozing some meat moss on this fucking armor, and eventually
meat moss. I hate you.
You bring it back. One of the ideas was that this is a parasite inside of you.
Beep beep, motherfucker. Okay, where's the timey-wimey at? I see the time. Oh, fuck. Alright.
Sorry for that brief interruption. Now we're back to the Poorly Named Podcast.
Oh, fuck. I'm probably just gonna edit that out.
No, leave it.
Okay.
Leave it. The battery fucking died.
Yeah, it did say 7 hours
It
left.
says 7 hours left. Why the fuck does it lie to us,
That one,
Dalton?
this is at least fully charged, and I know it's fully charged. I
The
charged it.
fucking battery fucked us.
It did fuck us a little. Anyway.
We're sitting here having a wonderful in-depth conversation about your horrifying artificer fucking violating people's items. And it
Oh, it
fucking,
gets worse, don't worry.
Oh, great. I'm so glad.
So anyway, I think it cut off what I was saying, an alternative idea, instead of just you doing the meat stuff, is that there's a parasite living inside of you. Your intelligence lets you guide its growth. That's another way to do it. But also...
People are going to think you're really disturbed after this.
I mean, I am, but listen.
Fair enough.
Listen, I'm a good reverend. I'm going to baptize you in your fluid of choice.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to tell them the context of that?
No.
No? Okay.
They get my backstory as we go.
Fair enough.
That's why
I'm the cardinal who likes unicorns.
Yeah.
Those fucking unicorns are awesome.
I was half tempted to be like, do you want to be called Unicorn?
Probably would have accepted either. Unicorns
Cardinal
are fucking
Unicorn.
awesome. Specifically because all I can think of is a unicorn. It's like a little girl seeing a kid like, oh, look at it, look, Mommy, it's a unicorn. That motherfucker goes up to her and just skewers the little bastard.
Yeah.
Starving unicorn, just really fucking hungry, just skewers a little girl and starts eating her.
So I was sitting there or standing there at work, wetting things as I wet.
You do wet things.
I do wet things.
Well.
I like their profession.
Sounds dirty.
I can describe my job as I make things wet.
Technically, you also make things dry.
I do, and they wonder why I use so many fucking towels, and I'm like, it's because they're wet.
Very wet.
Yeah, so anyway.
I am the yeast man.
You are the yeastiest
I
one here.
deliver the ultimate form of yeast.
The final form.
The final form of yeast.
Well, toast might be the final form.
I deliver the prerequisite to the final form.
Imagine being the motherfucker who, like, yeah, bread is nice. What if we did it again? What if we warmed it again?
What if we made it hard?
What if we made bread hard? I like me some hard bread. My wife likes some hard bread. She likes some hard breading. Anyway.
My wife just likes a lot of hard things.
So I was sitting there, and I was like, giving your friends all these infected items.
I love how you now are saying infected, because they are most definitely
They're infused. They're infected.
No, they're infected, not
They
infused.
are. So anyway, I was like, totally make a subclass out of this infection idea. So one of the first abilities would be everybody...
Is this a homebrew?
I would totally homebrew this.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I was sitting here and I was like, I would homebrew the subclass, where the subclass, one of the first features is that anybody who holds one of your infused items...
Oh, this is where you got that bioorganic thing you were talking about earlier. Sounds like the bioorganic subclass.
Yeah.
Or cyborganic or something like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking like machine.
Bioengineered bullshit. Anyway, so one of the first abilities would make it so that within 120 feet, anybody who holds your infused items can mentally speak to each other. Because the class doesn't, in and of itself, promote giving your items out. Because you could hoard all 12 items for yourself. But I'm like, what if the subclass is about infecting your teammates with your items? And so one of the first abilities is being able to talk to each other in a hive mind. And so the abilities would grow upon that. And I'll work on that some other time, but I think that's really fucking cool.
That is.
I like being able to talk mentally with people in D&D. Because it's like...
Let's make the most fucked up thing we can possibly make as a subclass, and then infect my teammates with it. And then try and, if you better play that character, in an evil campaign. You're chaotic evil, and you kind of infect them like spores from fucking Last of Us. Like that's your end goal. Their end goal is that your end goal is to take over the world, also using them as like your primary infectors. The more they use your tools, the more they become infected with your mind, your fucking hive mind.
How does Steve Buscemi become part of this? I want Waluigi to do more than sports.
Waluigi only likes sports. That's canonical.
Fuck, he's a jock.
He is! Waluigi is a fucking jock!
That's the name of this episode.
Actually, just...
We didn't think of a name yet. I was gonna...
Of the poorly named podcast.
Anyway, time for Pocket Pussies. So...
Oh, god damn it, I forgot you were going to get to this.
Yes, we loop back around. Think about it. I've been talking about meat moss infecting your partner class people.
Oh, I don't want to know where you're going with this.
Common magical items cost less time and money to make. Make a meaty pocket pussy.
Oh, dude. Adding to my idea, or you're infecting people?
Yeah.
That is horrifying.
Oh, I have another horrible thing.
Great.
I'm going to ask you a question.
They're gonna, man, whoever watches this is gonna think we're fucking deranged.
We're sending it to all of our friends.
Absolutely.
So, what is worse? Mouth for a pussy, pussy for a mouth.
What kind of mouth are you using?
Human mouth.
That's fun.
Like, imagine a woman, you swap... You know I have to ask this question as soon as we're done.
Put a kobold mouth on that.
Kobold?
Yeah, kobold. Let's get a new representation of the movie Teeth.
Oh, fuck. Vagina detenta.
It turns into like the fucking monster book for Harry Potter, except it just fucking jumps your dick off.
Fucking, they had those...
It chases you around the house!
Mario 64!
Ah!
Yeah.
A chomp! I'm still mad that one of those was in a fucking movie.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
I didn't see it either. Supposedly there is one. I never saw it. Supposedly there's one.
What?
I don't know where.
We'll have to look it up.
I don't believe it. I think that's
So anyway, my notes are done. Is there anything else we should talk about regarding artificers?
I'm trying to think. You got a good amount of time left, I think.
Yeah.
Trying to think of like fucking common media representations.
Iron Man.
That's a basic bitch one.
Willy Wonka.
Okay, that one was a little unexpected.
Yeah.
But we've already talked in depth about that. I'm trying to think of other options here. I guess you wouldn't know this very much, but May Hatsune from My Hero Academia is a goddamn hyper-fixated inventor.
I've seen an episode.
She's the pink haired,
Yeah.
the psycho.
She did the stuff with the main character.
Yeah, she
was his partner.
Yes, but
who's that guy from the Demon Hunter with guns because he can't use the techniques or whatever? That guy.
Yeah, but he only has a gun.
Okay, but what if he only What if he only uses infusion?
He only has one gun. He doesn't make anything else. He uses one gun.
Okay, but he could do more.
He could, but he doesn't.
Okay, but look.
In fact, half of his shtick is he eats demons. And then barely does anything with his gun.
Sounds meaty to me.
Admittedly, it's pretty fucking funny that he goes with gun, and it works pretty much just as well.
Yeah. There's a joke in Buffy the Vampire Slayer where this guy's like, I can't be killed by any weapons made by man.
Technically, Jujutsu Kaisen was a fucking artificer. There's one dude who looks like he's fucking like bandaged and shit.
The one creepy guy in the sewers?
No, not him.
Oh.
No, there's a different dude. He's like, he can control like this machine from using his like the whatever like corrupted spirit or whatever the fuck you call it. He uses that as like his, because they all have unique abilities. His is like controlling this mech that uses the spirit energy, whatever it's fucking called, to like power it, and he can use cannons from it, and it has like a final form and shit. It's pretty cool.
If you're a small race, you can ride, in one of your subclasses, you can ride your battle buddy dude.
Huh.
So if you're like a goblin, you could totally just have your little dude be a fucking motorcycle. But what I was thinking was mech pilots in games.
Okay. Oh.
Like from Borderlands 3, you got Moxie, or what the fuck her name is.
I love that character.
The big bear robot.
Yeah. Technically, there's a few other ones in Borderlands.
Diva, but I don't play Overwatch.
Yeah, she didn't really make it.
Oh.
She didn't make that.
I thought she made the robot.
No, she did not. I'd say the hamster would be a better case of that.
Okay.
Technically, that whole ball is actually just his fucking, pod that got shot down to the earth. And,
was he a gigantic space hamster,
No, he was a small space hamster that was hyper-intelligent like the monkey is.
Oh, fuck.
But he can't talk.
Oh, man.
So he uses the machine to talk for him.
So he needs some meat.
I think, no. The, what's queen? Fucking bitch queen.
Black Widow?
No, not her. No, there's an actual new character in Overwatch 2. It's like the junk queen. She literally can use, magnetism to fucking, makes her axe and shit. And, she was the she was the queen of all of this shit. And she was awesome. This is the dude from Jujutsu Kaisen. His name is Mecha Maru.
I don't think I've seen that guy.
Well, his main character, let's see. Let me find his fucking... Because that's just a mech. There's no one inside of that. Yeah, this dude is
Yeah. He looks fucked up.
And then technically there's one of the characters can make dolls out of fucking inanimate objects.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucky wucky.
Yeah.
And apparently
Naruto with that puppet guy.
Oh fuck! I know what you're talking about. There's multiple of those.
Gaara's
there's a few.
brother.
Yeah, but there's a few of them because there's also the one
the old lady,
the brother. There's also the one dude who's part of the mercenary group. That's assholes.
Yeah.
But that's one of the ability things they can do, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't count.
Does Inspector Gadget make his own gadgets?
I don't think so. I think they were because he almost died.
Yeah, he's like a $6 million man.
Yeah, and
they
then
put him back together.
Yeah, they literally put him back together, but with all of these fucking weird ass abilities.
Yeah.
But I think he's supposed to be more dangerous because there's another version that's a woman who has military specs.
From memory, it was a last minute they had to swap what the character was about because he was another character, but they didn't have the rights.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was though.
Does RoboCop count?
Well, he didn't.
That
make
was against his
shit.
will.
Yeah. RoboCop is more paladin.
I guess, but no, I'd call him a warlock.
He doesn't get powers first. He does just
he kind of does. He has the body. He only has his head and heart left, and his patron put him back together and is using him to further their own ends. I'd say he's a warlock.
What makes him more of a warlock is the fact that he shoots a lot.
Yeah. And he doesn't question orders.
Well, warlocks.
And he's property of the patron. It's got his whole thing is fucked.
His thing is fucked.
It's so sad.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
Can't have shit in Detroit. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of fucking artificers in Mad Max. Most of the fucking characters there are
artificers. There's a lot of BDSM rejects in Mad Max.
Oh, you're damn right there is. That's why they're artificers. They couldn't hack in his extreme barn, so they switched to artificers.
I have plans for the next episode already, by the way.
Really?
I have a barbarian already.
Oh, God. Is that the next?
Yeah. Barb, then Bard, then Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Rogues.
Are we also going to do races? I assume you are.
Well, yeah.
Because there's some... we need to get into some of the goofier, not well-known races.
We'll only do races that we give a shit about.
But some of these are funny as
fuck.
Well,
we won't do races that we can't think of a good idea for.
Oh, we should leave it like the tail
Like,
end as like the failed races. Like we don't talk in depth.
Oh,
just like how stupid.
Like
and
the
goofy they are.
runner-ups.
Yeah, like the one, like the fucking one that's just spikes. That's all they are. You know what I'm talking about? There's an entire race of like just spikes. They're all like second edition or third edition.
Oh,
I've seen it once.
That'll take way too long.
Oh no, I'm just talking about like ones that like the honorable mentions of dumb shit. We wouldn't talk in depth. We just say, okay, there's this character, then be like, oh man, they look fucking weird. And we try and see what they could possibly be good at.
Okay. So, do you think the episode is done?
Is the poorly named
And
podcast over?
done, is it?
You know what? I think for a first episode,
We've milked this cow, and it's screaming.
It's shooting dry shots.
It's not shooting out 45 pounds of food.
You should, please, no. Don't bring that your fucking homebrew creepy thing back into this. I just got away from it. Don't bring it back. Oh, fuck! Wait!
What?
The one dude from fucking Incredibles, the bad guy from the first movie,
Oh!
he's an artificer!
Yeah!
I don't know why I just thought of that!
I don't think he has student loans.
He doesn't. He's a bitch.
He loans students instead. Did you ever watch the special features for that movie?
No.
There's just... They animated it for 5 seconds. You know his assistant? He just licks your face.
Why?
That's all one of the special features
That would
was.
be something an artificer would do, though.
He would lick a woman's face
Yes.
for no reason.
Just any artificer. I can see them just doing it for shits and giggles.
Are you
Like, I
saying
wonder if
that-
you taste.
Are you saying the artificers are the incels?
No, I'm saying they're fucking chaotic gremlins. No, the incels are also the warlocks.
I think...
No, they're the fucking paladins.
I was against the monks. Here's the thing about paladins. They can fuck. They got
Broken
charisma.
Oath paladins are incels.
They are.
There, see, we agree. Alright.
But we can close off
Yeah, I
on...
this is where we close off. It's been the Cardinal.
Hey, I'm the Reverend, and don't sin, or I'll smell about it.
And I'll unfortunately taste about it. Well, this has been
The Poorly Named Podcast.